Hello everybody, happy Friday. Danny Shay here, gonna do a little rambling on a Friday. I think I'm gonna keep that for Rambling Fridays. So I'm gonna do a light look at the current events. Hopefully light, because it's just too friggin' heavy. Everything. It's like, whew. You know, you look around. Well, try not to, because it's deep, deep. So today what I want to look at, I'm going to use the contact cards to see if we can get a message from our galactic friends, to see, do they have a message on how we can navigate through this crazy time? And then after that, I want to look at a couple of things. The Sandoval notice, that's on Trump's trial. I'm not going to go into it too much, but we'll talk a little bit about what the Sandoval notice is, because it was kind of confusing to me. We're going to go into a little bit of world news where India is having, it's the largest election in the world. There's 50 countries that are having elections. Elections means democracy's at stake. And India is a democracy, but it's kind of this hybrid thing. And I think that's where a lot of these democracies are going, into a hybrid, authoritarian, but there's still a democracy a little bit in there. So we'll take a look at that a little bit. What else is going on? Wednesday I said that Israel was not going to attack Iran, that cooler heads were going to prevail. I still think that's true, but last night or this morning, Israel did a small drone attack. So hopefully Iran is going to say, okay, because it was little, I hope. It looks like Ukraine aid's going through. That's going to be interesting to see Mike Johnson and how that plays out for him. That's going to be happening tomorrow, Saturday. So good. We got volcanoes, earthquakes, and we have cicada invasion. Trillions of cicadas are coming out of the ground. You have the 17-year cicada invasion in the annual, and they're both coming up at the same time. I think it's the annual. Anyway. And so how do we deal with this? Well, New Orleans, they're frying them up. Would you eat a cicada? Would you? Let's ask the ETs. Let's ask the ETs. All right, so before we get into it, let's throw some cards using the contact cards, asking if there is a message on, is there a way that we can help navigate these little crazy times? Whoa, well, first card out is the supernova. This is kind of like a bam explosion, just rocking our world. Yeah, okay, so how do we help move past that? And we get Chiron, which is a transition. And the next card, the key. Ooh, the key. And the key word for this key is treasures. So we have this supernova that's bringing a transition, and it's also the key to something. The key to unlock something. So we need this transition. We need this explosion. But does it need to be this big? Oh. Just, oh, goody, 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 goody. Okay, so we have the aliens, we have the association. This is the Galactic Council. Those guys, all those guys, the council. Bringing illumination, the sun card, bringing clarity, bringing light to the situation. And what light are they bringing to the situation? The medical ship. This time that we're going through, this crazy, explosive, transitioning time, and we all feel this, a lot of us are dizzy, a lot of us are nauseous, a lot of us, and all of that is, it could be getting us to a higher frequency, a higher vibrational place that we're not used to. Normally, we're used to hanging on this 3D world, but if we raise our vibrations up a little bit and we start listening to the council and we start talking to these higher level beings, our frequency has to be up here. And it kind of gives us a queasy stomach kind of floating in space. So, as we feel this transition, this Galactic Council is bringing us healing. It's bringing us a message of healing. There's a number of us who say that we're going to be shown a galactic being, a council. They're going to make themselves present. A lot of people have know this and have felt these beings, have seen spaceships. I think that they're going to be more and more present this year, this fall. I was talking to Dr. Gail. As you know, she is going back to South Carolina, and I've been helping her get little pet-friendly hotels so that she can stay at. And we were talking about this. And it, you know, as we raise our vibrations, we are going to see more and more and more of this. We just need to be aware. We need to let go of our limits so that we can see some of these beautiful beings that are going to help us. And yeah, it is medicine. It is going to bring some help, but they're not the, we still have to do the work. And that is staying above the fray, not digging in and getting into the weeds on all this negative stuff that I'm going to get into right now. Trump's trial, that Sandoval thing. So what that Sandoval notice is, if Trump decides to wake up and actually listen to his attorneys, and when they say, do not get on the stand and testify, do not do that. And if he decides to do that, then the prosecution, the DA's office, is saying, we're going to bring up all these items, and I think they have 13, that will say that he is not a witness that you can believe. They're going to bring up E.G. Carroll, that he's a liar, a serial liar, blah, 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 and it goes on and on and on and on and on. And the judge is going to be able to say, you know what, that's relevant to this case, or that isn't relevant to this case. So you can bring up 1, 3 and 6, but you can't bring up any other ones. And they'll go, okay, but if Trump gets up there during cross-examination, then whatever the judge said you can't bring up, they can still bring up because it's during cross-examination. So let's just take a quick peek for entertainment only. 3 cards. Will Trump actually testify? This trial's going so fast. Last Wednesday, I said I heard 6 weeks, or I heard the word 6, and I go, is that 6 days, 6 weeks? What is it? It's like the jury's going to be, they already have 12, so they're going to be working on the alternates today. Monday, they could do opening statements. So I think this trial is going to be done in 6 weeks, if what I heard, 6 is right. And it's amazing, amazing how quick this is going to be going. Anyway, so let's just see. Will Trump testify? Ooh, I think he's going to throw caution to the wind. Really? Is that 1 card or 2 cards? Okay. He's going to throw caution to the wind. Death, rebirth. It's not going to be good for him. If he does, and then you get the 3 of Pentacles. This deck in the 3 of Pentacles, when I see this, it looks like a stop sign to me. And I just go, stop what you're doing. Don't do this. Don't do this. That's kind of where I go with this card. And in the Rider-Waite deck, it's not. The 3 of Pentacles is working together. It's kind of like an apprentice card in a way, where you have 2 people showing plans, and the worker bee is helping build this cathedral from the plans that these higher authorities give. So the higher authorities will be the attorneys giving the plans to Pumpkinhead to say, don't do this. But I think he's going to go, I'm just going to do it anyway, and throw that up, caution to the wind, and off he goes. Intuitively, I don't think he's going to do it. And maybe that's just me going, I wouldn't do it. Hell no, I'd just shut up. But luckily, I'm not him. All right. The other thing, too, I don't know if I mentioned this, is that when the jurors come in, everybody stands up. Show respect for people giving their time for this unique system that we have. Everybody stands up, except Trump. Yeah, that's going to go over real well. All right, let's take a look at India. India, the largest democratic election. They've got 1.4 billion people. Yikes. 1.4 billion. So there's going to be 50 elections. And so democracy is kind of on the ballot. And India is not really a democracy. It's kind of like a hybrid. It's got this autocrat, democracy type thing going on. India has one of their economy is going really, really good for the really, really rich. So they have another big wealth gap. And I think that wealth gap is going to be the medicine or the turning point for the planet here. We can't keep having billionaires hoarding all the money without sharing it to the people. I've talked about how our economy is going to shift, how we're going to have that we're going to have more bottom-up community solutions, community economic forces leading the way versus top-down, trickle-down. And maybe this is it. Maybe that's where this is going to go. Let's see. So India, is Modi, 3 cards, is Modi going to be elected again? And this is, he's become more and more authoritarian. His Hindu government, it's more tied to the Hindu religion. Is Hindu a religion? I know Buddhism is not, and I'm not sure about Hinduism. But there's getting to be some struggle between the Hindus and the Muslims in India. So let's just pull 3 cards. Modi. Oh, I got the disjointed card again. Wow. There's a lot of confusion with this. There's a lot of confusion with this card. And this isn't, Modi is like, he's getting to be like a little bit of an island, a little bit of a recluse, a hermit type guy. India is looking at trying to shake things up a little bit from these 3 cards. Let's just take a look at India, as that's kind of hard because it's got 1.4 billion people. Yikes. What's the 411 on India and how it is going to be a democracy in the future? They're working at it, but they're kind of at a crossroads. Yeah, they are. Lots of money. Lots of secrets. So, yeah, there's nothing new here. You know, Modi is going to keep control. He is, the economy's still going to grow, but there's something about it that they're getting tied up with. They're at a crossroads. They need to change something. But in the internal and external position, they have the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. 2 kings, one is legal, one is financial. So there is going to be some giving and receiving, but still the income disparity is still going to be a problem. He's going to try to work some magic, but I think it feels like there's going to be some kind of uprising a little bit in India, where people are going to go, you know what? We want to make some noise. We want to change some things. It's not going to be violent or anything, unless Modi makes it so. But there's going to be a lot of people walking on the streets saying we want something different. Okay, let's look at what else do we got going on? Let's look at some. I talked about the Israel attack. I'm still thinking that's going to be tampered down. But got a couple of volcanoes, got a couple of earthquakes going on. And I did a video before that Mercury retrograde said we're not putting it up. There's going to be earth changes. There is going to be volcanoes. And I was even thinking that there, Christopher Wray of the FBI was saying that a huge major shift in the earth, that TikTok was going to be probably banned. Huge. So I gotta mention something. My friend Beth of the Baby Boomers, she's on TikTok. She gets like 1 million views doing a dance, fun dance stuff with her best friend, and they won an award for TikTok social media. I'm like, how cool is that? It was really neat. So they're living the dream, doing TikTok, and now they may shut down TikTok. Yikes! Yikes! That's not right. Okay, let's get back to the really shake-up, the big shake-up. That is the big shake-up. No more TikTok. But Christopher Wray was saying that China may do some infrastructure cyber terrorism, and ISIS-K, the people that were responsible for the nightclub bombing in Russia, that maybe something down here is going to happen during Passover. So we've got to be a little bit careful, a little bit on guard. Where I'm going with all this information is we got a lot of earth changes. Make sure that you have your grab and go, that you have water, medication, and you take care of your pets. Don't forget your pets. If you're in earthquake country, that is the world, because we keep drilling, drill baby drill, and those drill points are creating little earthquakes. And there was a big earthquake in the east, I think in the 60s, 67, I was looking up something. St. Louis, the New Madrid Fault had a huge earthquake, changed the flow of the Mississippi. California, you don't need to worry. So just make sure that you have your grab and go. You've got enough food and water to keep you going for a couple of weeks so that you don't have to rely, and that you can help share and help your neighbor if something big were to happen. My cards got all mixed up. So, I'm not going to read on that because it is going to happen. We just need to be prepared for it. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. What else? Anything else? Anything else I want to read on? I think I'm done. It's just a little ramble. A little ramble. Thought I had more stuff. Would you eat a cicada? I don't know if I would. I guess if I close my eyes, I would. I could. Okay, my cards are... There it is. All right. Completion card. Yay. So I guess I'm completed. Thank you guys for watching this rambling video. Appreciate you all. Peace and love.